Hey everybody, it's Alex at Motoroso.com, your dedicated auto parts marketplace. The Ford Mustang is one of the most popular cars on the road, and it is the most popular sports car on Earth. Last year, Ford celebrated building the 10 millionth Mustang. And a recent report just came out from SEMA that showed that 45% of Mustang owners modify or customize their Mustang in some way. And it's no surprise, it's a fantastic platform, and there are tons of options. On the Motoroso marketplace alone, we have over 10,000 different parts and accessories for your Mustang, sold by trusted vendors at great prices, and our shipping is always free with no minimum. So today we're in studio to talk about the must-have mods for your 6th generation S550 Mustang with a Coyote 5-liter V8. The Coyote 5-liter V8 is one of the best-sounding engines to ever roll off a factory floor. But a stock exhaust system is going to be way too restrictive and muffled than this beautiful engine deserves, so you're going to want to check out an exhaust system. Now they come in a lot of different formats. You can look at an axle back system, which basically just replaces the mufflers and lets more air and exhaust and sound flow through. You can look at a catback system, which is going to allow you to eliminate the resonator and lets the manufacturer tune the performance and the sound using an X-pipe, H-pipe, or Y-pipe design. Or you can go with a full header back system, which is definitely going to start to get really loud, and it's going to maximize the performance from an exhaust system. On our 5-liter Mustang, we have a 3-inch stainless steel exhaust system made by Gibson. It has an X-pipe design and 4.5-inch black exhaust tips. Now it's available on Motoroso for around $1,000, and we think it's one of the best values in the industry for construction quality and sound. After you've got your exhaust system in place, it's crucial to upgrade your air intake. It's going to let more air flow through the entire system, and it's going to maximize the performance from your new exhaust. Most people don't realize it's also going to actually improve the quality of the sound, it'll give you a few more horsepower, and it'll even open up a bit more fuel efficiency. Now you can get an air intake system for around $300 to $500 on the Motoroso marketplace, so that makes it a no-brainer performance mod on your to-do list. With a little extra power in place, now it's time to turn your attention to the handling performance, and that's where you're going to invest in suspension mods. Now, when Ford introduced the S550 Mustang, one of the most welcome updates was finally independent rear suspension after 50 years of a solid rear axle. And that made a massive difference in the handling performance, but as usual, there's always room for improvement. Now, we could probably make an entire video series just about suspension, and we probably will, so subscribe to the channel. But for now, we're gonna try and keep it short. Now, if you're on a really tight budget, you can start with lowering springs. And that's gonna make the car look better, and it's gonna stiffen the ride a little bit, but it's not gonna go too far in really improving the handling performance, because you're gonna be riding on the stock dampers and you have no adjustability. So the key in your suspension upgrades is gonna be to shell out for a coilover kit. The coilover kit, now you're gonna be riding on better quality dampers all the way around, and you're gonna have adjustability like compression damping, rebound damping, spring preload, and ride height adjustment. Now, name brand kits start on Motoroso around $1,000 and go up to $3,500, so they're not a cheap upgrade, but you're definitely going to be the golden ticket for true handling performance. Excuse the pun, but whether you spring for a coilover kit or not, you're definitely going to want to check out sway bars for your 5.0 as well. Sway bars work by helping to manage the cornering load of your vehicle by connecting the left and the right side of the cars with a heavy metal bar that's engineered to flex torsionally. It helps to pull down the side of the car that's lifting during hard cornering. This basically makes the vehicle more stable and planted through turns, and it even allows you to tune and control the oversteer and understeer. Now, when you're considering a sway bar kit, make sure you get one that has adjustable sway bar end links as well, so that your sway bars can do their job. To learn more about sway bars and end links, check out the video we made about the Whiteline BFK 006 kit for the Mustang GT. We'll link to that in the show notes, and we'll also link to the package on Motoroso, which is about $600 and includes front and rear sway bars and adjustable end links. We're also going to be doing a how-to installation video on that kit, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can check that out when it rolls. With power and handling upgrades in place, you're going to want to consider a bump in your braking performance. Now, the GT has an option for the track pack, and if you got that, you did a good job, because those brakes are pretty damn good. They have a bigger rotor and caliper. You might want to consider pads if you're going to be pushing it really hard. If you don't have the track pack brakes on your GT, you really ought to consider a rotor and pad upgrade from brands like EBC, StopTech, and PowerStop. Gonna set you back around $500 to $800, but it's gonna make a big difference in the braking performance. If you're considering doing track days, you really need to consider a full big brake kit from brands like Bayer or Wilwood. Now these are going to be a pricey upgrade because you're doing the calipers, the rotors, and the pads all together. It's going to set you back at least $1,500, and those kits can go well over $3,000. But that braking performance you're going to get from a big brake kit is going to make a huge difference in dropping your lap times and staying safe in a track day. Now, another thing to consider is improved brake lines, because your factory hoses are going to be like rubber lines and they flex under hard braking. A stainless steel brake line is going to give you a much stronger pedal feel, and it's going to improve your braking no matter what your setup is. Taking your Mustang down to a dyno and getting a tuner to make a custom tune for your vehicle is one of the best ways to maximize performance. And if you've got the money to do it, do it. But one of the best, most inexpensive ways to get a better tune is to grab a module from a company like SCT or DiabloSport and get a downloadable map, which will allow you to eke out an additional 5 to 15% power depending on the supporting mods you have. Everyone wants to feel like they're driving a race car. Unfortunately, in your Mustang, that's going to be a little tough because the shifter feels more like you're driving a tractor than a sports car. A short throw shifter is a great upgrade to get nice, tight, snappy shifts, and it's pretty incredible the difference that's going to make in the quality feeling of driving your Mustang. Some of you might be surprised that we haven't even talked about wheels and tires yet, because it's usually one of the first mods that people do. Well, rest assured, we think they're really, really important, and for several very good reasons. The first being is that from the factory, your factory wheels, they don't look good, and they are tucked inside the wheel about an inch, and they give it that weird look of the fender hanging over the tires. So a nice set of aftermarket wheels with the right back spacing and offset lets you set your wheels out flush with the fenders, give you that nice, clean, aggressive looking stance. So from a styling standpoint, aftermarket wheels are definitely a must-have mod. But they're also a performance mod, because if you can get wheels and tires that are lighter than factory, this is going to give you a massive, massive upgrade in the acceleration and braking performance, because the weight of the wheels and tires are unsprung rotational weight, which is the worst kind of weight to have on any vehicle. And lastly, your tires are super important, arguably the most important, because all these other upgrades for handling and power don't matter any if you can't put the power to the ground and you can't stick to the road. So we're going to make a much longer video about tires in the future, but just know that tires are definitely a must-have mod. We all drive at night, and with our new performance mods, we're probably going to be driving a little bit faster now. So to make sure that we stay safe and have fun in the dark, we think that an LED light upgrade is one of the best ways to make sure that you don't put your Mustang into a ditch or into a crowd of bystanders. All right, now this last mod is probably not fair to call it a must-have because it's expensive as but it's a supercharger. Now, superchargers are going to set you back around $5,000 to $9,000. But this is a bolt-on mod that can propel your pony to over 700 horsepower, and you can get kits that are 50 state legal. Our Mustang has the Roush Stage 2 kit, and we made a great video about that. We'll link to that in the show notes. Once you've driven a Mustang with a supercharger, it's hard to look back, and you'd put it on your list of must-have mods too, and that's why it's number 10 on ours. All right, that wraps up our list of the 10 must-have mods for the 6th generation S550 Mustang GT with the Coyote 5-liter V8. We'll put a link to all the products and videos we mentioned in the description, so check those out. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for all the upcoming videos. Make sure to shop for all your mods at Motoroso.com, where you can browse hundreds of thousands of the top name brand products in the aftermarket sold by trusted vendors at great prices, and our shipping is always free with no minimum. Thanks for watching.